Hello there.
Wait, what were you playing?
I never thought you would hear that.
Like I heard some of it, but like then you turned it off.
Oh my gosh. Okay. This is we're off to a great start.
Okay, I didn't,
Yeah.
I didn't imagine. Wait, what were you playing, man? Because I know.
Uh it was a song.
Okay, as long as it wasn't the hub, man, that's fine.
Nah, definitely not the hub.
Okay, but
It was a good
uh,
song though.
yeah, what song was it?
Uh it's called Liar by Elisa Mantzoukas.
Ah, okay, got you.
Although it was
Okay,
never although it was never released to the public, so if you want to look for that song, you can't find it anywhere.
okay, so it's an unreleased song.
Yes.
Okay, got you. I'll be honest. I used to listen to a bunch of unreleased songs back in the day. Um, I'm not gonna lie. Mainly, I used to mainly listen to Juice WRLD unreleased songs, but nowadays I'm just like, I don't know. For some odd reason, like with music, I just don't. I'm just not that interested in it. I mean, I listen to music, but it's like I listen to specific music, or I just listen to like old Disney songs that I used to that sound catchy.
Oh yeah, those were the days.
Yeah, or just songs from like the early 2000s, the early 2010s. You know those songs. I don't really listen to like I actually have not listened to like any modern day rapper unless I hear their song on the radio. That's the or someone just blasting their music. That's the only time I listen to them. But other than that, it's like no one is good anymore. The music is not that good anymore to me.
Yeah.
You know, I follow the Kid Leroy, but I don't even listen to him. That's funny. I actually might unfollow. I actually might unfollow him, bro. I really don't follow that guy's career anymore. You know.
Hmm.
So. But anyways, how have you been?
Great.
Huh? How's your day?
Fabulous.
Got nice. Anything interesting happen?
Well, it's I've got an assessment coming up, but it's more practical based, so it's my forte, you know.
Oh, okay. Got you. Nice. Yeah, my day is. It's not bad. It's just that I have a. I keep forgetting what it's called. Chalazion on my eye. So it's like I'm really just trying to treat that because it's like it's like a bump on my eye, man. It just popped up out of nowhere. But for the most part, everything's going fine. It's like my day is good. I a job got back to me, and I'm probably gonna fill out that the thing tomorrow that they want me to fill out because they said I had it until today and tomorrow. Because one of the things they want me to do is like a video of some sort, but it is what it is.
Ah,
Yeah, but for the most part. So how have you been like in terms of like learning languages?
pretty good.
Nice. Meanwhile, all right, that's good. And what else is there? Relations, McAfee. Anything in the news?
Well, there is one yet. So,
Oh, hold on.
I've since
Can you say that again? You cut out on my end for a bit.
okay. So, have you heard about these? You know these pods that people go in and then the machine automatically unlives you instantly?
Oh yeah, I think I know what you mean.
Yeah, like I'm not sure what to think of this. If it's accessible to everyone, then that's a concern. But if it's for people who's have a condition that's beyond being cured and is a great way to end the pain, I think there's some use to it.
Yeah, I mean, that definitely does sound interesting for the most part. And I'll be honest, I've probably vaguely heard of it, but like I've never really looked into it like that. But yeah, if it definitely eases the pain, I think it would be great for like most people, especially if it eases pain. Uh, Sorry, I was just typing something. But anyways, yeah, like I definitely agree with you on like the easing the pain thing.
Yeah.
What did I'll be honest. Speaking of voice actors just made obsolete by their own Hollywood union.
Dang.
I never
That's crazy.
voice actors just made obsolete. I'll be honest. I'm really afraid for the future because, like, if people are being made obsolete, such as especially voice actors, then bro, there's gonna be no point. There's gonna be no point for them anymore. I'm just afraid that everyone in the future is just gonna end up losing their jobs and staying home and doing absolutely nothing. All the years that they put on you know all the years that they like definitely like all the work that they put in, bro, is just gonna go to waste because like robots gonna replace them.
Yeah.
But speaking of which, where's Risk? He's the first one to actually reply to you.
Yeah. But he's yet to join.
Yeah, I'll be honest. What does he do? Like, what is he doing? I mean, I know it's not.
Honestly, I had no idea.
Huh? That's honestly really weird. But yeah. But anyways, I was saying like I was saying in the chat like probably a couple days ago how I don't know the first time I heard the word Zionist, I thought it was a bad thing. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just the people who are at the top who are bad, who are calling themselves Zionists. Other than that, like supporting a group of people is not bad. At least I don't think. At least I don't believe that.
Okay.
Yeah. So anything else?
The world is our oyster.
It really is. But what do you? But yeah, what do you mean by that?
I have no idea.
Honestly, me neither. Another late night.
Yes, absolutely.
Another sim having second thoughts about taking your celibacy seriously. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm just reading on Twitter because like Summer Rae said she was gonna be celibate, which is ironic. It's just ironic. That's about it. Because she looks like the least celibate. Never mind.
Okay. So it's nice to see that the place is adding some more detail to buildings that just look plain and bland and cold. Ugh. Now it feels like the 18th, 19th century again, with these buildings making differences and adding details and upgrades that makes it look, yeah, exactly,
I'll be honest.
beyond comprehension.
I don't think the. I'll be honest. I don't really think the world is healing, and you could probably paint over it and make it seem good, but like ultimately that paint is just going to peel off, and you're gonna actually see the ugliness in it.
Yeah,
You can make it look good for about a couple weeks to a couple months to probably even a year, 2 years, 3 years tops. But you know, it is what it is. Like the world. I don't believe the world is gonna get any better. It's just gonna keep getting worse. I'm not. I'm not even trying to be negative. It's just the truth. It's gonna keep getting worse, and like
it-
until something fixes it.
yeah, it's just hard to ignore until someone actually does something about it, like make a difference.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, everything we see is hard to ignore. I mean, maybe if you weren't paying it, maybe if like you're a person who wasn't paying attention, then yeah, maybe you can ignore it. But ultimately, everything that we see and everything that we hear and everything that we know is hard to ignore for the most part. And you know, I could ignore it. I could pretend that there is nothing there, but I'd be just wanting to live in delusion because ultimately, let's be honest, living in delusion is easier than knowing the truth.
Yeah,
And yeah, for the most part, I miss it, but I don't miss it at the same time.
fair enough.
All right, but anyways, any good movies you've seen?
Well, I haven't watched anything in ages actually, because priorities, I guess.
Oh, well, I'll be honest. I think there was a movie that came out. I think Mean Girls actually.
Okay, let's bring it back up again. Yeah. Oh, hello there.
Hello, hello, hello,
You're
hello.
back. Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, but I
Yeah,
can
but I
hear
can hear
double.
double.
Hold on, hold on.
Double?
Hello.
Oh, yeah, I can hear you clearly now.
Okay, were you playing music again?
Yeah, I thought, well, while he's not hearing, I may as well play it again.
Bro, what is with you in this music, man?
It's just so good.
Okay. All right, but anyways, what were we talking about?
Shoot.
Yeah, I forgot too. It is done. It is done.
Yes, the deed is done.
No, I was reading a hashtag. It is done.
Ah, right, okay.
Vivek. I'll be honest, man. Do you? Which candidate is your favorite other than Trump, man?
Um, Vivek?
Vivek.
Yeah,
Do
honestly.
you completely trust him?
I would say I trust him. However, it's at least he's open about reality. That's as good as he'll get.
That's true.
He's an honest, direct guy. That's as good as candidates will ever get these days.
You know what? I'll be honest. It makes me curious. I kind of want to see who all of the candidates are, because it has to be outside of Trump, Vivek, and Biden, right?
Hmm.
And hopefully, oh, independent third. Wow, there are 3 independent third parties: Kennedy, some other guy, and the woman, an older woman, and an older guy.
Oh, that's not it then.
Yeah, like that. You got Biden, some other guy, some other girl, and some other guy. So 3 Democrats, 6 Republicans, and 3 independents. I actually kind of want to know what the other two's names are, if I'm being honest with you. But yeah, anyways, what do you see for 2024? What do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to occur in the news?
Ooh. Well, assuming the the scenario that everyone's saying it is going to happen and Trump gets back into office, I think he's going to like undo the bills and the policies that Biden had passed and find some ways to revive the US economy like he did his first time as president.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, I agree with that too. I agree with that. Maybe Trump will find a way to revive America again.
He's a businessman.
He is.
Money and finances and business in general is his thing. So honestly, why not?
That's true. I mean, a lot of people didn't agree with him. A lot of people didn't agree with him, but hey, at the end of the day, he ran the country better than anybody else.
Yes, and all because countries are like businesses. The citizens are the employees. There are different services and different benefits for the employees, or I mean citizens, and yeah, there's so many similarities between businesses and countries. It's just jarring and
Wait, his name
comprehensive.
his name is Cornel West. He's 70.
Cornel West,
Yes, he's 70.
70.
Yeah,
I mean, still younger than Biden, honestly.
that's true. And honestly, yeah, no, because I was looking up the third party, because I knew that there was some form of third party outside of the parties that were the people that we're talking about, and I find Cornel West. Huh. I'm gonna listen to this guy. I want to see what he has to say because he's gonna end up. He's from New York. Even better. Truth, justice, and love. All right. Running as an independent candidate for president. You know what? If he has something good to say, then I might just vote for him. Might. But let's face it, he's not gonna win.
Yeah. I
Huh.
think the last time an independent was running was Ross Perot.
Ross Perot.
Yeah.
That's the president's name.
No, yeah, Ross Perot was an independent candidate for president of the United States quite a while back.
Oh wow, was this in like the 1500s?
Oh no, this was much more recent. This is like somewhere in the 90s,
Oh,
perhaps.
okay, got you. I'll be honest. It kind of seems like it was in. It almost seems like it was in the 1500s. 1500s, kind of. At least that's what I thought. But
I
yeah,
don't think the US would have existed back in the 1500s that we know today.
honestly, yeah, you're probably right. But any guests lined up?
Yeah, I've actually got some guests lining up in the next few days.
Oh, really? What did they do?
Well, let me just load it up. Okay, so coming up is a guy from Sweden. He's a consultant in business and change management.
Oh, okay, nice.
And then the next guest, and this is the same night, by the way, uh, raised near the Arctic Pole but moved to the US 4 years ago.
Raised near the Arctic Pole.
Yes.
Is it cold? Is it cold there? I forgot.
Of course it's cold. They get way less daylight than anywhere else in the world. Also, way more sunlight at certain parts of the year because the tilt of the Earth and rotation around the sun
Oh wow.
makes it possible.
Oh wow. Okay. I can see why he wanted to move. Then I'd move. I'd move too.
Yes, me too.
Hmm. So I'm getting distracted on I'm getting distracted on Instagram.
Yeah, everyone does.
Yeah, I know, but yeah, but what are we gonna do about it, or what can we do about it?
Honestly, only time will tell.
That's true. That is true. Honestly, that is true. Like only really time will tell what we can really do about it, because ultimately, at the end of the day, yeah, we're only human.
Absolutely.
I'll be honest, man. Now that I think about it, I feel like you send these every single day.
To record an episode.
Yeah, at least it seems that way. Or every
Yeah,
couple.
I feel like that too.
Honestly, or at least every couple days, maybe like every 2 or 3 days. But it
Yeah,
feels like every single day.
yeah, I'd say the same.
I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest with you, man. I've been thinking about making a new podcast, but at the same time, I just don't believe that I will be consistent with it. That's not the reason why I deleted my other one, though. I deleted my other one just because I don't know. I got bored of asking the same questions and talking about the same things and all that stuff. And yeah, for the most part, I just got bored.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, that's probably why Rick stopped too, because he got bored. I don't know if I'm gonna interview someone, I'd probably either just do it on Twitter or just you know. Actually, no, Twitter. And I'll be honest, man, I didn't know that we could live stream on Twitter now. I really didn't.
Yeah.
Or they?
The last time I remember live streaming on Twitch, you have to use like a third-party app called Periscope.
You said what?
The last time I remember live streams on Twitter, you have to use a third-party app called Periscope.
Yeah. Is Periscope still a thing? No, right?
I'm not sure. I've never heard of it since
Matter of fact, let me look it up.
2019.
Let me look it up.
If it's still live, then I'd be
Well, okay.
good grief.
There is something called Periscope, but it's not the Periscope that we're thinking about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and Bigo is on top for some reason. I actually tried that app out. It's it's not terrible, but it's also not good either. I mean,
It's mid.
it is. Yo, imagine if a popular Twitch streamer went to Bigo. uh, imagine if a popular Twitch streamer, a Kai Cenat, went to Bigo Live. Be like, yo, follow my Bigo Live. That actually,
Sweet.
I don't think I could ever. I don't think I'd be able to take that seriously.
Honestly, I can't stop thinking about the next few months for this project, you know?
Honestly, me neither, man. I can't. Hold on. Sorry. Just you
It's
know,
cool.
it's. Sorry, I was looking at a tweet. Anyways, yeah, I can't really wait for to see what happens in these past couple of months too. Do you know what Jacob's? Do you know what he's up to?
Um, I haven't heard much from him recently, but of course, he says that he's opening something, and once it's up and running, there'll be funds generated that he can use to cover costs for servers, uh, pay one of the pay a developer to do the coding alongside with him, and once once we get something, once once something is started to generate from that, we will then gradually scale up. So that way we could be, I wouldn't say the biggest platform, but would be big enough to for news articles being made about it, and people influencers will be using it on a daily basis or semi daily
Bro,
basis and so on.
the Huddle app social media is still up.
You can't even, if you haven't deleted it already, you can't get it back anymore.
Yeah, I deleted it. I've been deleted it, man. I've been deleted it because I just didn't want it on my phone. Do you still have it?
Yes, I do still have it, and every time I check it, it's like, yeah, I know what's gonna happen. He's not gonna let me in. Ah, he didn't let me in.
Oh, what?
Just for laughs.
Oh, wait. There is a new app called Huddles Video Communities. Friendly video,
What?
friendly video communities made simple. Video chat and stitched together. Create unique communities. There is another app called Huddles.
Ah, okay, interesting.
Bet you this one is doing better though. Looking for a way to connect with others and have more meaningful conversations? Look no further than Huddle. This app is designed for organized, thoughtful discussions in community settings. Whether you're catching up with friends or getting to know new people, Huddle Huddle is the perfect way to have short, genuine conversations. So download today and start connecting. Follow us on TikTok at app. Huddle app. I actually kind of want to look this up now. Huddle app.
So,
Well, they were called Huddles. This is called Huddle.
yeah,
Imagine if it was made by the same person.
yeah, that'll be something.
It would. But speaking of which, I wonder what they're doing now. What was the? I know one of their names were Brendan, but I forgot the other guy people's names.
Yeah. Well, I do remember Corey,
Ah,
and then yes,
yeah. I'm okay. I'm gonna. Matter of fact, hold on. I'm gonna look up Brendan, and then I'm just gonna search Corey's name in his following because I forgot Corey's last name. Oh, there he is. I wonder what they do now. Either one.
so this is an interesting turn by Justin Trudeau.
What'd you say?
So it was an interesting turn by Justin Trudeau.
I didn't hear you.
An interesting turn from Justin Trudeau.
Oh, what happened with him?
Um, I can't remember what's been said in the video exactly, but in a nutshell, he's saying either return the hostages or you're gay. That's it. That's the whole video I've sent in a nutshell.
What?
Yeah, he says if you don't return the hostages, we'll put the emblem of Hamas on the LGBTQIA plus flag.
So Lil Nas X. Uh, hold on. The LGBTQ flag. I didn't get that.
LGBTQIA plus. You know the flag with the the
Oh yeah. No, I know the
arrow.
flag. I mean, like, what
Yeah,
happened with it?
yeah. So Trudeau is saying he will put the emblem of Hamas on the LGBTQ flag if they don't return the hostages. So that's going to be. I doubt it will happen, but it is interesting to hear someone say that using that.
Is that supposed to be a threat? I'm so confused. Is that
Me
supposed to be
too.
I'm confused whether if that's supposed to be a threat or what's happening here.
I don't know, but I think a lot of people seem to like it.
Honestly, I really don't know how to feel about that. I don't.
Neither do I. Look,
Uh,
I get. We'll all have a laugh, but there's a time for everything. But I don't think this is one of them.
it's not. It's really not.
But hey, it actually could have been worse.
Yeah, no, it definitely could have been worse. Yeah, no, it definitely could have been worse. I mean, definitely could have been worse. A woman should never be president, according to a tweet I'm reading. It's not my opinion. It's just a tweet I'm reading.
Okay.
Yeah.
Countries visited by Narendra Modi as the Prime Minister of India. So 8 visits to the US, 7 visits to France and Japan, 6 to Germany and UAE, 5 visits to China, Nepal and Russia, 4 to Singapore, 3 to Indonesia, South Africa, Sri Lanka, UK and Uzbekistan, 2 visits to Afghanistan, Australia, Bangladesh, Bhutan, Brazil, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Malaysia, Maldives, Myanmar, Saudi Arabia, South Korea, Switzerland, and Thailand. And oh boy, at least 1 visit to Argentina, Bahrain, Belgium, Canada, Denmark, Egypt, Fiji, Greece, Iran, Ireland, Israel, Italy, Jordan, Kenya, Laos, Mauritius, Mexico, Mongolia, Mozambique, Netherlands, Oman, Pakistan, Papua New Guinea, Palestine, Philippines, Portugal, Qatar, Rwanda, Seychelles, Spain, Sweden, Tajikistan, Tanzania, Turkey, Turkmenistan, Uganda, Vatican, and Vietnam.
Wow, that's
That's
a
a
lot.
lot. Yeah.
Does this look like Oprah? Does she walk like Oprah? Does Oprah wear glasses like this? Weird vibe. Lol. They replaced Oprah. Seriously, that's not the same person. This is getting crazy. That's not Oprah. Wasn't Oprah larger?
I wouldn't know.
Honestly, me neither.
You never know unless it's too late.
Honestly, honestly, for these celebrities, is it really Oprah doing it, or is it just her clones doing this?
But it's not just Oprah. There could be others that's in on it, but you just don't know who and why.
Oprah, 69 years old, 2024, versus Oprah, 59, 9 years old, 2014. Huh. I've been here. I also heard one thing that Oprah was actually a pretty good person, and she didn't want to like do certain things, but then they replaced her.
Yeah. Huh. That's weird.
What happened?
Uh, I've sent something in the chat, like yesterday at 6 o'clock my time, and somehow there's a message saying, "We're sorry, but something went wrong. Please try again." Must have
Oh,
sent
really?
something that really must have triggered the higher ups.
Really?
Yeah.
Something went wrong. Please try again. What did you send or try to send?
I don't know. That's what I was want to know. But I guess they didn't like that, and they're doing what they can to stop. At this point, I need to start screen recording these videos in case they start getting taken down.
People are speaking out against Lil Nas X, man. You know, I don't even know how to feel. I don't.
Okay, so I found the account that posted that video. I looked at his account, and all of his posts has been vamoosh. It's gone.
Wait,
Right,
what'd
you
you
must.
say?
I checked the account who sent the video I've sent in the chat, He's got rid of all the content he's ever made from his accounts.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
How come? How come?
that's what I want to know. I assume, of course, when you say something that really rubs people the wrong way or really opens people's eyes, the higher ups will do anything they can to stop people from knowing the truth
Of
and
course,
keep
man.
the power that they have.
Of course they would, man. I mean, like, that's what the higher ups do. They keep things away from us. But here's the thing: they only release certain things when it suits them, when they're
Hmm.
trying to distract us, or when they can easily just say, "All right, let's dispose of this person," because we don't really care much about them anymore. But yeah, no, they'll throw people under the bus just so they can cover themselves up. It's not surprising. It's just, at this point, I'm not surprised.
Neither am I.
Yeah, a bunch of things happen. You know, if you expose something back then, you got killed. This was even in the like mid 2010s too. If you expose people, you get got for it, and especially in the 90s too. If you found something, you found the cure for something, you get killed. If you find out about something, you get killed. Even if you're at that table, if you threaten to expose them, they would kill you. I mean, it's just everything in the world is just a huge conspiracy theory that happens to be true. Maybe the whole world as a whole is a conspiracy theory. A lot of things that we know about the world are pretty much a lie. Half the things we already know is a lie, but like, what else are they hiding? That's the real question.
Possibly advanced technologies that is way ahead of its time.
Of course, of course, they're probably hiding. They're probably even hiding time travel too.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, there's really advanced medicine that instantly cures all diseases and every disease yet to exist.
Speaking of which, I remember talking to this one woman who said she was trying to build a time machine.
Oh yeah, I remember that episode. It was on my podcast.
Yeah. Yeah. Wonder how that's going.
Well, we're yet to find out. Or maybe we
Honestly,
won't. Who
what
knows?
honestly, what was her name?
Ah, ship. Even I do know, I don't want to put her life at risk and have the higher ups go after her.
I mean, she came on a podcast, so I
Yeah,
mean,
but still,
yeah,
who enough would pay attention to our podcast, or at least my podcast and your podcast and Risk podcast and the podcast within our umbrella?
that's true. That's true. I'll be honest, man. I'll be honest. I remember seeing a video about how something from the could cure cancer. I forgot what it was called. Was it like some sort of things? Was it some sort of thing that you can use for dogs?
Maybe. If it does, then fabulous.
I forgot what it was called though, and I was trying to find that so I can tell someone because someone she knows is has cancer unfortunately state has cancer unfortunately, and yeah, but yeah, for the most part, I want to really know what that is, and I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm not gonna say I don't trust doctors either, but they're not as useful. I only really Personally, I only really go to the doctor if I need to. But what do you hope for the world? What do you hope for the world to improve on in 2024?
Well, information, transparency, and accessibility.
Oh, okay, nice. Okay, cool. George
Um,
Soros owns Taylor Swift's music. Why? But the devil owns
why?
her soul. What does George Soros want with her music?
Well, if you know, you know.
I don't know.
In that case, you don't know.
That's why I'm asking. That's why I'm asking. Uh, Taylor Swift. You think she was on the island?
I think she'd be a bit young. It's either she was.
Huh?
Uh, I was thinking about what I was going to say next.
Okay.
I do think Taylor Swift at the time of the at that at the prime of the celebrities going to Epstein's Island, I think most likely she would be one of uh, the young ones involved in the ordeal, if that was the case. Because this was in the 80s, 90s, something, when this was in its prime.
Ah, okay, got you. Actually, yeah, that actually makes more sense if I'm being honest with you.
And also another thing I've noticed from the documents released so far, just because certain celebrities have been mentioned doesn't exactly mean that they were involved in the ordeal. They were just mentioned,
True.
and that was it.
True. I mean, a lot of people were talking about that and like, the fact that there are tunnels, in New York. Speaking of which, yeah, let's talk about the tunnels. What do you think? Because I'll be honest, I don't know what to think, and I'm from New York.
Well, for one thing, I think like tunnels in general, whatever the purpose, is quite convenient because you never know if you get stuck behind certain buildings and you need to like find a quick way to get out incognito mode so that the police can come in and pin down the baddies. But of course, if there are people using these tunnels for unfortunate purposes, that will not go down well.
Yeah, that's not gonna go down well. That's definitely not gonna go down well. I heard that they were doing like terrible things. Well, it was alluded, but I heard that they were doing terrible things in those tunnels. But you know, it is what it is. Hey, look, I'm not gonna say anything until something comes to light. But I'm gonna say this, man. It's like, look, I actually don't really know how to feel about about them because I don't know. I see them every now and then. They do have like weird hats and like weird hairstyles, but hairstyles for some reason. Actually, I wonder if they shave their heads like that on purpose. Now that I'm thinking about it, is that just a hairstyle, or do they? Is that just? Are they balding, or do they literally shave their head like that on purpose? For the sake of the hairstyle, like because it's like there's hair on this. There's either hair on the side sometimes, and they're bald, or like they're just hair on. There's just hair on the side, and they have a full head of hair. I know not all Jewish people do that, but like for the people who do that, I don't know. It's like curly on the side, and but I don't really know what to think, man. There needs to be more to come. There needs to be more than just people spreading their opinions to come out than like that. There needs to be more for me to like determine. Okay, they were doing this in the tunnels, so there has to be more for me. I can't just make an opinion based on how I feel.
Of course, it is very important to do your research, even if people don't like it, myself included, but it has to be done because to save yourself from any surprises out of nowhere and, of course, to be defeated in arguments as such,
Of
it'll
course,
come in handy for sure.
of course, you know it's funny. You know, it's funny, but not the tunnels thing, and because I was thinking about something else. I'm sorry.
Oh boy.
What happened?
Get ready for this. 29-year-old mother with 22-year-old daughter hits back following criticism.
Wait, hits back following
Yeah,
criticism?
hits back following criticism.
Like literally hits their back, or just
I think it's metaphorically, like,
yeah, yeah. Like, you mean like strikes back, pretty much.
yes, exactly.
What criticisms?
Well, I'll repeat it. I'll repeat it again. 29-year-old mother with 22-year-old daughter.
Oh,
Yeah,
what? What? Yo, how does that make
I
any? How does that make
I
any
don't know
sense?
either. Goodness me.
29 and 22. What the? –
So, I no. 'Cause- 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 '
Okay. I want to know why am I getting so much Islam stuff on my timeline, bro? I don't care. But anyways, you were saying?
Honestly, I don't know either. Like, how young can women be to produce more babies? Like, that's it's a bigger question that needs to be answered.
Honestly, I I don't know, man. I really don't know. I mean, there had to have been something that happened if, like, she was 29, and her daughter is 22.
I mean, it's good to reproduce, but not at such a young age. Like, enjoy your life while you still have the years of going to school and going out playing. Just enjoy your life. Don't skip to motherhood so soon.
Nah, facts. Enjoy your life. Enjoy your life, man. That's all I gotta say. Enjoy your life, because for the most part,
Yes,
don't skip to
it's
motherhood that soon.
yes. Enjoy the moment, and then when you feel like you're ready, then go ahead. But don't just jump into something without realizing what you're getting yourself into. And this goes for anything, because of course life in general is very complicated and rather unpredictable. So of course you should always think about what you're getting yourself into before getting into them.
Honestly, yeah, you should. A jujitsu fighter challenge Sneeko.
Oh yeah, and the beef with Digion.
Huh?
Oh, Sneeko and Digion had a beef
Uh,
with each other, and yeah,
Dion?
um, I'm not sure if I said his name right, but he was that YouTuber who turned Christian.
Yeah, Gideon or Gideon.
Yeah, him and Sneeko.
I wouldn't
I
even
heard.
say that. I wouldn't even say they had beef, man. I mean, like, they were just trying to. They were trying to plan out a debate, and they had stipulations. Like Gideon's pastor and him had specific stipulations, but um, Sneeko and Sheikh Uthman was trying to pretty much add another other stipulations. Be like, we can do that, but first let's do this before we do your stipulations. And Jadeon wasn't lighting up. He said, no, we got to do my stipulations first before we can do your stipulations, because they're the ones who put out the challenge, which made sense. I honestly saw both sides, because, like, you want to, obviously you'd want to get to the root on, like, if like in the Bible or the Quran is true, but also it's like the dude put out the challenge, just accept it and do it how it is. Pretty much their challenge was, like, to see if Muhammad was prophesized in the Bible along with the Quran. That was pretty much their challenge, because the pastor Josh does not do cross faith debates like Christianity versus like Islam. He doesn't do that, because it's useless, and I personally agree. I don't really debate that much about that either, because, like, it is useless. It's like it's mainly, I've noticed though, it's mainly the Muslims who want to debate that though, because you know some Christians do too, but at the same time it's like it's mainly the Muslims who want to debate that. And I'm like, bro, what am I gonna get? What is anybody gonna gain from that? From, like, debating, like, each other. We're not gonna change our minds. We're not gonna go on and think, maybe this is not true. I would say that, like, the only time a debate is if anything is worth debating is if we can come to a common ground and say, or really think. But we're not really gonna be thinking, because we've made up our minds, and we're pretty much taking a gamble at our respective faiths, because ultimately speaking, you know we won't really know until judgment day. So it's like, therefore, I believe this is true, you believe that is true. Now when I
Yes,
say that, when I say, like, we won't really know, that's not me doubting. That's just me saying, you know I believe this is true, you believe that's true, but in reality we won't really know. So pretty much we're both easily taking a gamble on our life, on, like, our life.
yes, you're back.
Oh yeah, sorry. Hold on. I'll be back.
All right, cool, cool. Okay, one last time, and that is it. That is it. Or unless he comes back, then that's too late. Okay, I need to think about this. Nah, why not? Nah, maybe not. Or maybe no. Yes, no. Hello there.
Uh,
I
did
was
you get
thinking about.
what?
So anyway, I was when you were gone, I was thinking about playing that song again before you come back.
Dude,
You know,
what is with you in that song?
I have no idea. I'm in one of those moods that's like overly exciting, giddy.
Can't be that good of a song, man.
How would you know? You haven't listened to the whole thing.
Yeah, you're probably right, but yeah, you're right, but still,
It's one of those days, you know.
it is. But yo, how's KSI and Logan Paul doing?
Um, I have no idea. And anyway, Risk 11 has joined at long last.
How long have you been running for?
52 minutes.
Well, depending when you watch this, it's going to be cut out and edited somehow, so maybe a little less than that.
Oh, I didn't notice. Again, notifications don't go off for me anymore, mate.
Did you update your app?
You should need to update your app to freaking get notifications, should you?
Yeah, you should enable the notifications.
So I'll take that as a no.
Probably not. No, I don't really update apps unless it's my bank, unless it's trading apps.
Okay.
So have you guys know about what's going on in the whole thing in New York, right, with the Jews?
Oh, the tunnels.
Bruh, hold on. Kanye needs to cover his wife, man. I mean, don't get me, I'm not complaining, but he needs to cover his wife.
Yeah. So what's going on in those tunnels, and why are the Jews? The Jew. It seems like those. I know the elites and the Zionists control New York, right? Most Zionists control New York. The Zionists control New York. The big banking guys in New York control New York. You guys still there?
I'm still there.
Yeah. Zionists basically control New York.
Oh,
There
yeah,
might be the odd Zionist. There might be the odd Jew that is not accustomed to that and doesn't appreciate that, like the Orthodox Jews. But there's a lot of Zionist Jews in New York.
Oh yeah, we were talking about the tunnels a couple minutes ago. I didn't really know what to say
Yeah,
about
the Jewish tunnels. Yeah, tunnels where apparently they were like. This story apparently. What was the story again? I know it's just Jewish tunnels in New York.
I didn't even know.
I think there's like kids that were like coming out of them, like.
Yeah, weren't there strollers and all that stuff too? That's what I was also saying.
It's creepy and disturbing.
Yeah, it's kind of creepy. I'm not gonna.
You don't think that's where they keep the kids that they molest, do you?
Allegedly.
Allegedly. The fact that these people still think Epstein's the only guy. Epstein's a nobody.
At this point,
Peter Nygard was worse than him. He was having sex with minors and then breeding their kids and then drinking the kids' blood.
Wait, what?
Allegedly.
Who's breeding who?
Peter Nygard was impregnating a lot of the young girls that he was going with. And is basically just using them for basically stem cell research. Basically, injecting basically their blood and all that stuff. Kids' blood, basically.
What was the point of the sex then?
To create the kids. Because apparently the elites realized that using kids like placenta and all that stuff, right? It was like liquefied gold to them because basically it allows them to stay younger.
So he procreated with kids.
Because those kids, basically the younger, basically the better for them. Because basically the more stem cells they've got in the kids, that they can use as beauty treatments.
Look, I want to look as young as possible too, man. But I don't want to look young that badly.
These people, it gets to the point where these people act like vampires more than like vampires.
Like, bro, I get being young and like having to like your youth and all.
That's the side that nobody talks about during the whole thing like that. There's people using kids as stem cell research.
Hey man, I don't.
You do realize you guys remember the South Park episode, right? Where basically,
was
it? The guy that was Batman, right, or Superman, right, was using using people for basically as ways to basically stay young and stay mobile. There's an episode basically about stem cell research and using that as a way to basically
Hey, look, man, if these elites want to look young, bro,
to basically stay
If
able.
the-
The guy was a
if the-
wheelchair, used that stuff, and he was able to go get out of a wheelchair and be able to move.
if these elites want to look young so badly, bro, why doesn't Joe Biden look young? Why
He's an
doesn't he-
actor. He's an actor. There's
Yeah.
a guy, I don't even believe Joe Biden's a real person anymore. I think he died, and there's an actor playing him.
Maybe it's Obama.
Maybe he's playing whiteface. Allegedly, guys. Allegedly.
Hey, who else is gonna have? Who else would be in the job to do it, man? I mean, like, it has to be Obama. But then again,
Or
We
I
just-
think Obama's running the things behind the scenes.
yeah,
With help of the
can,
CIA assets.
yeah.
You don't
I'll be
realize the
honest.
intelligence agencies instilled Obama. He wasn't even American.
Actually, yeah, we confirmed that he was.
Arturo.
We confirmed that he was in his sweatpants.
Right,
but
that was after he was elected, and he basically said, like, if I could get basically if I could do a job where I basically was in my sweatpants and someone was reading the lines.
oh,
But when
If
I'm
now-
talking about before he was even elected, I don't think he's an American.
he's
I
not.
don't think he is. I don't honestly believe he was born in America.
He
I
wasn't.
honestly believe that he was literally. There's people saying he was born in Indonesia. Is Hawaii even recognized as an American territory? No, it's a recognized American territory, but it's not even a state, is it? Kinda, but
I'll be honest. It's now being like floating around that Oprah as a clone again.
half the fucking people have been cloned and taken out.
True.
Have been taken out. Like,
Do you think the real Oprah had actual morals, but then they took her out?
no, I believe that she changed agendally. She has done some interesting stuff, criminal stuff, apparently, allegedly. She had major connections to Epstein and pedo cults and sex offender cults. That was the main. Remember, she built a school in Africa or something like that, in Haiti, in Africa, right, where she was basically bringing kids to America, right? What if she was bringing those kids to the elites? Where do you think these demagogue elites from Hollywood get their people to sacrifice for fame?
Speaking of which, what about Lil Nas? How do you feel about Lil Nas X right now? Of people who
I still think he's trying to play the whole "I'm a Christian"
Oh yeah, no, he is.
credit. I would be surprised if he's using it as some type of gay ass marketing technique.
Oh no, it is a marketing technique.
Reverse and become some gay ass homo. How can you pretend to be a homosexual and then pretend to be worshiping the devil and then literally turn your way to Christ?
No, he's still worshiping the devil, man. It's just the marketing.
He's just in an act.
It is. Do you think his managing team said, "Look, listen, mock Christianity. That's the marketing."
We need to target Republicans, hardcore right Republicans, but love their country and love Jesus Christ and Christianity. So we're gonna have you play the part as an actor. We're gonna have you do this for 5 years. Once you're done that, or once you become into irrelevancy, you can play get a rebirth as a Christian Republican rapper that loves God. And
I think most.
how much do you want to bet that they tried to do that? That Kanye did that for a while.
I'm not sure about Kanye at this point,
I'm
bro.
not sure about. I always question, when these rappers turn to Christ, right? You question how much do you want to bet that they actually turn to it, or they were just doing it for some type of marketing?
I don't think
That's
any
how demonic the music industry is.
I don't think any real big rapper turned to Christ. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. Like you'd be I can see how small rappers are genuine.
There's a
about
lot of them. Yeah, depends. I doubt that Eminem is, even though Detroit is Michigan is a potential, as far as I'm aware, is a very Christian town, supposedly anyway. Well, most of them, the way they act, right? These people act like America isn't like a Christian ran country.
Well,
After 50% of the continent is probably Christian,
I would
or
say
some form of religion.
I would say like I'll be honest. I'm kind of happy that Kai Cenat said something about the Lil
Even
Nas X thing too.
you even got to say, even most of the black neighborhoods in the Democrat states, even they're mostly conservative. Even they're Christianity for some in some districts, and not all of them, but a vast majority.
I mean, like there's some people in the neighborhoods who are like Muslim or but
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure like most black neighborhoods.
Didn't they get rid of the? What happened to the whole thing where they're basically wasn't there buses coming to kick people, take over schools, not to place these immigrants there? Is that true?
In black neighborhoods?
No, in like in neighborhoods in America in general. So
I mean, there are immigrants here though.
I know there are. But I thought they were literally replacing these people, like telling these people to take them into their own houses. That's not a sign that we want to replace you. I don't know what is.
I mean, people who
Americans get so much. Why can't they build houses for these immigrants if they want to do that then?
Why can't these immigrants just come legally?
Yeah.
That's the real question. Like, bro,
if you want good, saying, but there's no legal channels.
If you want good for your kids, you would have came legally.
Yeah.
I can take sympathy. I can take some sympathy for if you have kids because, like, look, better life for the kids, whatever.
But the thing is, though, Eric, half of these people that come here, they don't have any kids. They're single men, military-aged men at the age of 20. No offense, but in my mind, that just means a private invasion, and the Republicans are right on it, and the Conservatives are right. It's an invasion. I don't care how you look at it. Military-aged men at the age of 20, in the early 20s, no families.
Hold on,
so many Chinese there. You could question, are they planning?
Hold on, before we go any further, bro, all of these presidential candidates are so old, bro. They're all in their 70s.
What about Vivek? He's in his 30s.
Oh, except for him. But even the independent party, bro, like, bro, they're in their 70s. I mean, they look great for their age, but I'm just saying, man,
there aren't enough young people or young candidates.
Say this nicely.
Huh?
America's been lying about its population density for a long time. I wouldn't be surprised if they're lying about how many people were actually. I would be surprised. I don't think it's just America. I think it's Britain. I think it's Russia. I think all these countries are lying about how much kids are actually being, about the population sizes of like new kids being born every year. I don't think it's China that's lying. I think it's all the countries are lying. I think France is lying. I think Britain's lying. I think America. I think Mexico. I think I think even Russia to an extent is probably lying. I think China's lying. I think all of them are lying on how much kids are actually being born. I think worldwide is bad. And I don't think enough youngsters, are having children, which in a term I think will be a very bad thing. Because with an aging population and not enough people having kids, it's going to put more pain on the welfare system, and it's just going to make things even more fucking worse. And that's by design. Because I think it's going to come to the point where we are basically going to have to legalize at some certain age, right? Not legalized, but after a certain age, after 70 or something like that, or 80 years old, right? You're going to have the option. Do you want to off yourself? Or you're going to have the ability, you're going to legally have the ability to do that. Because after 80 or 90, you just become a burden on everybody else, your other family members. As much as it's hard to say, it is true. You become a burden. Like, you can't do anything. You're basically reliant on other people. And basically, the rest of your life, right, you're going to be in care, right? You're going to have someone fucking watching you because your kids are not going to be able to look after you. Some of them might, but realistically, a lot of them will be working unless you're fucking Elon Musk or fucking multi-millionaire. You're just a burden, realistically. And that's a sad thing to say, but it's the truth. And I never want to mince my words, but yeah.
To be said.
Yeah. You're basically just becoming a burden. I wouldn't want to live. Even they know it themselves. I wouldn't want to live past 80 because I've seen it. I'd just be a burden on my own kids, especially if they're going to be worse off than me. They're going to have my kid. I've already admitted it. I don't even think I'm ever going to be able to retire.
and especially, I don't honestly believe it, because again, what I'm normally doing now, not to mention, literally, it doesn't even matter. Even with my stock investments, I don't think I'm going to be able to retire, because quite honestly, I believe they're going to steal it all. I don't know when, I don't know where, I don't know when, I don't know how, but I believe that ultimately they're going to steal it. I believe there's going to be a massive cyber attack 2026, 2027, 2028, 2030, somewhere along the lines there. The WEF is going to blame, so the governments are going to blame it on, I don't know, name whatever country's the bad flavour of the week. They're all going to gang up on that, and they're going to use it as a call to unify every country under one banner. Did you hear this, right? Italy is announcing, asking the European Union to form one military, form a new private military. Did you hear that?
What'd you say?
European Union is looking to form its own military.
Well, guess it's our job.
With only EU states, right? I'm not 100% sure I trust that, because quite honestly, ain't half the EU infested with WEF people, with the WEF. And then they take over Poland.
Look, I'll be honest, I want to get to a place where,
I honestly believe that, I'm not going to lie, I honestly do wish that I wish Elon, I wish Tesla, or I don't care who else it is, I wish some other company would come in and create some fucking airplanes and fucking disrupt the monopoly Boeing and Airbus have. They have a bastard monopoly. Only 2 companies create airplanes. That's not right. That's a virtual monopoly. 2 companies shouldn't control an entire market.
You're right. It's wrong.
2 companies. Realistically, who controls all the financial world? You think about it, it's 4 companies, ain't it? You've got Vanguard, you've got BlackRock, you've got First Street, you've got Barclays, that's another one. Realistically, Vanguard, BlackRock, New Street, and a bunch of others. I personally would like someone else to disrupt. I personally would like to see someone disrupt the chocolate business and like the food sector, dairy, milk, and disrupt them. I think someone needs to get into that business and try and disrupt them, or at least break up the chocolate cartel monopoly. I also think Britain needs more power, needs more competition in the supermarket sector. I think it would be better to fucking... I don't know. What would it be better? Would it be better to freaking create a state-run one? Or would it be better to literally just force the... Would it be better to force the state, right, to keep a freaking... I don't know. Would it be better to force the state to freaking force the government to I don't know, Asda, Tesco, Tesco, or Sainsbury's to, I don't know, sell a bunch of stores, right? Maybe sell 1,000 stores, right? And then give that to a new company, a state-run backed company. Or they basically just, I don't know, I believe Britain needs more competition.
Yeah, I think it would be best. I know it's not ideal, but it's as good as it will get. I think there should be a mix between state-run and private-run companies. So that way, there's a huge depth of options to choose from per sector, and whatever sectors people like more, well, there you go. And then once certain companies have a bigger market share,
I prefer minority owned, if I'm being honest. I don't want them fully owned by the state. I'd like minority owned. So I would like the government to stake in them, but I don't want them to be minority.
Exactly. We don't want
minority. We don't want
too
we don't want communist Russia or
exactly.
communist with all the freaking companies owned by the state.
There should be a bigger ratio of private owned as opposed to state run. More private owned companies, the better. I would say.
If it's done by Britain, then personally I would like more British run supermarkets, right? If that's not enabled, then I personally like to maybe get another. Personally, I wouldn't mind seeing Walmart or the likes of Kroger or Albertsons expand. I wouldn't mind Kroger expanding to the UK and get into another supermarket, expand to the UK. It would give us more competition. I mean, God tells we need more competition.
Well, whenever it gets more competition, I'll go for it.
I'll take it if it comes from foreign brands, and so be it. But Britain needs more competition in the supermarket industry, and so does America. There's too much of a there's only like
There's
Walmart.
so little companies, but so much power they have amongst them.
Not to mention, let's be real here. If it's like in the chocolate industry right now, right? If you either survive enough for them to freaking acquire for what the likes of Cadbury or Mondelez or Nestle and them to acquire you for pittance on the dollar. What maybe they either buy you out, get you out, and then basically convert you into a new brand, or they squash you, or they limit your freaking shelf space, right? Basically limit you from competing. Would it be best to assume that the supermarkets and the freaking chocolatiers and all these other product companies that do business with them, right? Would it be best to say that these companies are working together? It's like a monopolistic type structure or agreement where the supermarkets basically work in tandem with the freaking distributors, like Coke. So what else is there to talk about?
What do you got, Risk? You have anything else?
The silence is futile.
You were talking about the presidents, saying how they're all old.
Which one?
Oh, no, just like most of them, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah. I'll take anybody. I want Haley out. I want Haley out. I don't want her anywhere near the American White House because I personally don't believe that she would have any benefit for America in any form of way. I want Ron DeSantis out because I realize he's just a deep state puppet. I understand that Vivek has got so much ties to Big Pharma, and I question his loyalty to the country. But I'd rather have, if I had to pick any, I would choose him. I like the saying goes, keep your enemies close and your friends closer.
There's a guy named Cornel West who's like 70 in his 70s.
Is he like a libertarian or something like that?
He's independent.
What happened to Robert Kennedy? Is he still on the ballot, or is he?
He's independent too, apparently.
So when does that happen? So when does
and there's a woman named Jill too who's independent. There's like 3 independents.
Jill
Stein or something like that. I don't know. I think that's her name actually. Yeah, Jill Stein.
I don't think adding a woman being a president would be a smart move right now.
Honestly, yeah, you're probably right.
Me not being feminist. I'm just saying America's in a fucked up position right now, and I don't think we need liberal ideas in the White House. I think we should end this here, unless there's anything else you want to say.
I think that's it.
Okay.